First of all, Max, I realized that I was not going to win the bet when it was 7-7. At that point, when it was 7-0, I felt good. When it became 7-7, I got teed off. Mm-hmm. And then when it became 14-10, I wanted to wake James' ass up. And then at that point, I was not, and now I realized, yeah, that was a bad deal on my part.
Are you the type that like, I'm just thinking about even DraftKings back in the day when I was doing Max and Marcellus on 710 on ESPN. If Marcellus was going to
I don't even know who that is. You keep bringing that name up. I can't find him nowhere to be found.
If he was going to beat me in DraftKings, it would really ruin my night. I'd be like, are you the type, Key, that bet just puts a damper on your whole night, or can you really just put it away?
I was fine. I just didn't want to have to hear. See, you got to understand him. This dude over here to my right on the screen and your left in the studio. He couldn't wait. He was like a little kid. He couldn't wait to wake up this morning and drive in. He got the big old house with the grass, and he drove in on the highway with his guy, and they get to the studio. He couldn't wait. The worst thing was if I was in the studio right now. He just couldn't wait. But, hey, he was a good man.
By the way, you couldn't wait. It's true. You couldn't wait.
Oh, he couldn't wait.
Since last night,
he was like a soda shook up and down, and when you twist off the top, it's just ready to just explode.
I was just like, presented by Progressive. Hold on a second, Max.
Yes. It started last night when the game was over. You came in, you're like, your eyes look red. I'm like, because I was up last night.
Red for real.
I was up last night.
Yeah. That's the first game Jay watched from pregame to postgame in a long time.
He watched Sports Center all night. He was reliving. He was thinking about
You know it.
Yeah,
I'll own it.
In the game,
you go to sleep tonight.
In the actual game itself was not a great game. It didn't get good to the last couple minutes.
Yeah, well, okay, let's go to the game. Chiefs win by a field goal. They win by 3, but that's because an interception by Mahomes is overturned because of a pre-snap penalty, really. I mean, it's not what is going on.
He got tricked on that, though. I don't know how he didn't see Darnay. But Darnay made a great play, too.
What's crazy about Mahomes, though, and the Chiefs, Mahomes was like Aaron Rodgers and Brett Favre had a baby. He had all the gunslinger, draw it up in the dirt in the backyard type of risk-taking with none of the downside. It seemed like a dude who took risks and it was all upside, and he almost never turned the ball over, never threw interceptions. It always seemed to work out for him. And now, all of a sudden this year, he's thrown more interceptions, including the one that got taken back.
There were like two other ones that actually could have been interceptions,
that could have been interceptions that he's threw more than in the last 2 years combined. So, Key, let me start with you. What is going on with Patrick Mahomes?
Actually, he was almost turning the ball over. He's been almost turning the ball over for the last couple of years. They just haven't been catching him. Now, all of a sudden, they're catching him. So, the one thing I would say in watching the game and watching them this year is a lot of the stuff that they're doing is the same things they've been doing and being successful with. But when you have 4 years of body and people or tape out there and formations are the same and things are the same, defenses understand that. They know your tendencies now. They know Eric Bieniemy tendencies. And it's just so funny because as I was listening to the game, Eric Bieniemy's calling the plays, and they kept saying, I wonder what Andy Reid's going to come up with right here. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Andy ain't talking. That's Eric Bieniemy doing that talking. And so when you look at it, it's like, okay, Eric Bieniemy's got to come up with some different stuff. And he typically, at some point in time, he did come up with new wrinkles throughout the game. And you saw some of the conversions and some of the stuff that they was able to capitalize on because of that. But when you are constantly taking shots and pushing the ball down the field, defenses know that. So they sit in a certain coverage to take that away. And Patrick Mahomes is not the type of quarterback that says, I need to stay patient. If I could just stay patient and throw the ball in between, let's say, the line of scrimmage to about 10 yards downfield, opposed to trying to push the ball 50, 40, 30 yards downfield. Just stay in that little bitty box between the line of scrimmage, 10, 8, 7 yards, right up in there, and live to see another down and get hay. And I think that's where Patrick Mahomes has struggled at.
Yeah, well, they got the Packers, then they're at the Raiders, then they got the Cowboys. Next 3 weeks, we're about to find out a lot about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.